Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the regular meeting of council Tuesday, September 24th, 2024, at 5:46 p.m. to be held and transmitted electronically via council chambers located at 39 South Shore Road, Lake Cowichan, BC. I would like to acknowledge our gathering this evening with gratitude on the traditional lands of the Sabbats people. And any introduction of late items? Okay, none. A motion to approve the agenda.
It's a deletion for the agenda. Deletion,
A deletion.
yeah, from the delegation. Donna Petrie
Okay.
wasn't aware that she was on the agenda, so she may come to it.
Okay, thank you. Okay. No, we wanted to change it. So let's do that new business B. So September 30th. Minutes of the regular council meeting on July 23rd, 2024. Questions, comments? Can I have a mover? Councilor Frisbee, seconder. Councilor Bamaka, all in favor? Carried. We have no delegation, we have no business arising or unfinished business, no delegations, correspondence. Number one, UBCM 2024 to 2034 Canada Community Building Fund Agreement. Joseph.
Yeah, this is something that we have to enter into to get funding for the community building fund. If we don't sign it, then we don't get the annual contribution. The annual contribution, as I've indicated for this year, going on for 10 years, would be 107,406. $107,406. So it'll receive it in two payments. So we will get double up.
Any questions? So you need a motion for this?
Yes, authorizing, basically what it says, the authorizing the mayor and corporate officer to sign on behalf of the local government, the agreement.
So mover on the Councilor Austin, seconder, Councilor Frisbee, any discussion? Carried. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Information on consent items, one, Minister of Agriculture and Food, response to District of North Cowichan.
Doesn't really affect that.
Okay, so this
Yeah,
information.
just.
First Nations Summit, call for municipalities to implement the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. Just for information.
This would be, you would want to recognize that. I would think. Resolutions.
So the resolution,
So you're asking us to implement what I've called for here, the call
For implementation of the United Nations Declaration of the
declaration.
Rights of Indigenous Peoples. So it's a recognition.
So can I have a mover for this? Councilor Bamaka, seconder, Councilor Frisbee, any discussion? All in favor?
for. Sorry, just a question for the staff. So your recommendation is to go through this?
Good.
All in favor? Carried. Going to reports. Committee of the Whole, September 10th, 2024, Councilor Austin.
Thank you. Hold on, we'll send your worship there. I'd like to move the minutes of the, right here, of the committee of the whole meeting for September 10th. 2024. One error under notices of motion. It was actually myself, Councillor Austin, not Councillor Sandu, that requested the bylaw officer report on recent enforcement efforts at our next regular council meeting. I didn't catch that when I was signing them, so I'm gonna fix that. The following resolutions were put forward, fire department incident report, that committee recommended approval of the Lake Elgin Fire Department's incident report in the amount of $11,694.16 for July 2024. That the committee recommended approval of the Lake Elgin Fire Department's incident report in the amount of $11,254.90 for August 2024. That the committee recommend that the advisory planning commission meetings be live streamed, subject to ensuring that live streaming is permitted. Leave of absence, that the committee recommends that a leave of absence for Mayor Lalonde will be approved for public hearing and regular meeting of council on September 24th and all other meetings held in October. Letter of support, that the committee recommend that a letter of support is sent to the Quad Riders Association of British Columbia in its annual general meeting in January at Big Town Ranch, and in particular, the ice cream parade on Friday, September 20th, subject to the Ministry of Transportation and Infrastructure, and local RCMP approval is being received. And finally, that the committee recommend that a public meeting be held on Monday, October 7th, be canceled. I believe the mayor also added that we would only have one public meeting here in May. I think that's it.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Council Lake Recreation Committee, Councilor Frisbee.
We had a meeting yesterday, an update on the cladding project at Calhoun Lake Rec is that they're going with Kingspan product, which is an insulated metal panel product, so it's basically just an insulated panel that they slap straight onto the structure. So that's been implemented to speed up the process, and that will be going into tender in October, I believe. And then the other major one was we approved for the Calhoun Lake Rec manager to include in the 2025 budget for period products to be installed in all washrooms at halls and rec centre. That's it.
And the cost for it, the cost for the machines is about $450 per machine. And they budgeted around 3,500, 4,500 for that, and then for the product, they budgeted for like 9,000. So it's a yearly cost.
Or the interior products would be free, obviously.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, Bank of Island Regional Library.
Well, I was Councillor Austin's alternate on that. It was nice to be back to the library board, but I was sort of before a in-person meeting rather than a hybrid. It's really hard to see people when some are moved out, so I wish they would go back to that. But the Massive Branch, it's a bunch of the executive went there. It's been on schedule for a new library build. And it led to a lot of discussion amongst trustees about the value of small libraries in small remote locations and small communities. Unfortunately, a lot of the communities that already have their libraries were most not in favor of the smaller builds because they are more expensive. But the Masset Library is going ahead. And just to note, Masset, just had a lot of paving done this summer. And the trustees said that they were quite excited because it's no sooner as the road being paved that all the young kids came out and they were using the road for skateboarding. And they didn't realize there was such a huge, so good on Masset, they don't need that skateboard park. And so part of the discussion was that the libraries are being used for more than just libraries. So a lot of these small communities and even locally here, they're being used as learning centers, they're being used as cooling centers, they're being used as safe spaces for children on weekends and after school, as well as they're being utilized for a lot of community meetings. And so trustees were encouraged to talk to the ministers at the recent UBCN conference held last week to lobby the province once again for increased funding, because the library, I think we did a 4-point-something% increase, which is a lot, and that only keeps up with servicing your employee obligations. And so, I know they've lobbied for a long time, so the libraries are taking on more and more social issues that aren't being looked after by the provincial governments. And so they're saying, we need the money. One of the larger expenses that they're incurring now is for security at a lot of the branches. Because they seem to also attract a lot of homeless people too. And so they're saying this was something we never budgeted for before, and now it's increasing what we have to charge local homeowners. Those are very interesting, I was happy to be back there.
Any questions?
Well, thank you for doing that. I enjoy them too, and we did need some of them at BBC as well. Thank you.
Our next report is AP's Advisory Plan Commission, Councilor Austin.
Thank you. For those that aren't sure what the Advisory Planning Commission is, I just thought I'd give a little overview. I do it once a year. Our APC was established under bylaw 997-2017 to advise council on all matters regarding land use issues as community planning or proposed bylaw or permits relating to land use matters that may be referred to by council. Other items may be sent to the commission by council as well. 5 residents sit on the ABC for a term of 2 years. 1 person is elected chair to run the meetings. The town planner attends the meetings for expert input, report presentations, and pertinent information. CAO takes the minutes and is there for legal advice, basically. 1 town councillor sits as liaison, which is myself at the moment. Our mayor is our alternate, a liaison to the commission, and does not have a vote on any of the motions. We do report back to council on the outcomes of the meetings. Minutes can also be sent, and any member of council is welcome to attend the proceedings of the APC meetings as an observer. And I did send minutes off today from the last meeting. Our current APC has 5 local residents with varying educational and work experience backgrounds. They are very engaged in the community, well prepared when attending meetings, and want our community to be forward-thinking, livable, and place of pride for residents. Some also attended their local seminars, gaining information regarding projects in other counties and other communities that we might be interested in pursuing. We have a well-written and very progressive OCP thanks to much of their input. As they are not elected officials, they do not want to be transmitted electronically, but minutes of those meetings can and will be sent to council to see what the discussions entail. As we all know, items on YouTube stay there forever, and those who volunteer for this commission have a right to their privacy, which we as council do not. Remember that they are unpaid volunteers who do not receive an honorarium, like council does, and most importantly, these are a variety of residents that council is supposed to be engaging with for their input. Director Morrison advised me that during F&I, ABCs are not transmittable. This commission is extremely important to our town's way forward, and listening to residents is what all council says we need to do. If we were to lose this valuable asset, we would lose engagement with residents and only have our say on the way forward. That would not be beneficial to our community. Our next meeting is Thursday, and on our agenda is basically, we're discussing riparian areas with Chris Morley and Friends of Cowichan. That's a delegation, and the reports will be on the analysis of increased density of the lots. That's
Any questions for Councilor Austin? No? Thank you. Our other reports, Community Forest Co-op, Mayor McDonald was away. Cowichan Valley Regional District Board meeting, Councilor Bonacca has 2 meetings tomorrow, Committee of the Whole at 9:30. And then regular council in the afternoon. Okay. Community Outreach Team Committee, Councilor Austin.
Thank you. We were at UBCM when that meeting was on this month, but the next one is 9:30 on the 3rd Thursday of next month. It's a very good meeting with various people from the community telling us what's going on in the area of the rec center, Island Health, sometimes the RCMP is fired, and different other people, and different ministries that are looking after different things within the area, especially with poverty reduction and food service and things like that.
Next, our Cowichan, that meeting is to be determined. Our next report, Cowichan Watershed Board. Yesterday, I attended a meeting in Duncan, and there were two appointments, one a federal appointment to the Watershed Board, Jenna Southhurst, and the provincial appointment was Arlette Malcolm. And the CBRD co-chair, Kate Segal, will be taking over as co-chair of the Cowichan Watershed Board until the November election at the CBRD. So, our local Savants First Nation have requested a seat at the Watershed Board. So Chief Daniels asked for that to go back to Cowichan Tribes Council for further discussion and a decision. And North Cowichan and the town of Lake Cowichan did we're a delegate yesterday and did a presentation on our updated the Cowichan Watershed Board on our Sandy dump. They just wanted to know what the town has been doing for the last 4 months. And if our public works superintendent has anything to add.
It was on the sewer that goes up the center.
Oh, sorry. Why am I saying Sandy dump? Oh my gosh, sorry. Under the sewer, yes. And then the Clay Ritzma from North Cowichan, he did also a presentation on their sewer. And I have a Cowichan Watershed Society meeting this Thursday at 3:30. And our next meeting for the Watershed Board is October 20th. Our next and final report, Otaki Twinning, Councillor Austin.
Thank you. The Otaki Twinning Group are moving along quite well. They presently have 11 confirmed students and 5 interested parents as chaperones to go in July or the end of June into July of 2025. They're working very hard. I'm saving all my bottles, cans and whatnot for them, which is a big pile over there on when I got back from Louisiana. And they're really doing a lot. They're going to be selling cheese and other things, probably chocolates over Christmas. Anything to raise money to help pay for the students' fares too. And it's been going for what, 35 years now, and we may start again and have another one in 2026 to get back to the regular year that they're supposed to be going every other year. And we're able to do that. So great group of people, and they're working very well together.
So our next is staff reports and in the back bylaws.
Bylaw 1106/2024, which was the subject of an earlier public hearing, is here for third reading.
Well, I'd like to make a motion that we refer this to another meeting in the future where we have some more input and not do a third reading at this time.
A seconder, Councilor Frisbee, any further discussion? Councilor Frisbee?
Well, I think we need to plan a meeting in between that to sit down with the town planner, like a scheduled meeting council with the town planner. Not just a drop in, but actually scheduled, so we can go through each one of these properties and the responses we've got from owners.
Would you like to do that as a group of council with the planner or just?
I think it's a group.
So if we could maybe look, I know James says he'll be attending our committee of the whole in October, if we could maybe either meet after. Spending,
Welcome you back.
could you make it happen? Okay, if we could make it 4 o'clock on the day of the committee of the whole meeting in October. Until,
It's 1 hour enough.
if it's not, we'll just,
We're doing another one.
Yeah.
We'll keep doing them.
okay, so we'll say 4 p.m. Whatever day
What's
that
the
is,
date?
the 10th.
I think it's.
It's the second Tuesday in October.
Maybe,
It's a couple.
okay, thank you.
What's on?
Oh, we've got a motion.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Okay. Any more discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. And I'm in favor of referral. All right, so number two, Town of Lake Couch zoning amendment, Town of Lake Couch and permissive tax exemption, churches and not-for-profit bylaw number 1107-2024 may be read for first, second, and third time.
Let the director of finance speak to that.
So we've received application for exemption from all of the properties listed in the bylaw. They are the exact same as was in the previous bylaw and here are here for council consideration.
So could I remove it for them?
Oh, Aaron Cooley.
Councillor Frisbee, second, Councillor Austin,
Sure.
any further discussion? Carried. I didn't, all in favor? The next one is the Town of Lake Couch and permissive tax exemption boat launch on North Shore Road, bylaw number 1108-2024 may be read for first, second, and third time.
Yes.
Councillor Austin, seconder, Councillor Lomacka, any discussion? All in favor? Oh, do
Did you want to say something?
No.
You want
I was just going to say that that's the more part that we lease from.
Callis?
Callis,
Okay,
that's all.
okay, thank you. All in favor? Carried. The next one, the Town of Lake Couch and respectful spaces bylaw number 1094-2024 may be read for first, second, and third time. And Joe, maybe if you want to speak on this.
Yeah, I can. What happened is this was referred to me by Mayor McDonald. Which the surrounding areas have passed the bylaw.
Yeah.
So he had told us to look at that and bring it to council, so and that's why it's basically. It's been referred to me and I sat by Council McDonald, so. It's really up to you.
No, it's a good bylaw.
Yeah.
It's a very good bylaw. So, any,
No, I'll move it.
Councillor.
Anybody?
Seconder, Councillor Frisbee, any discussion? All in favor? Carried. So new business. Dates for the accessibility tour by council and APC commission members. Do you want to bring that up?
Well, I didn't really remember having heard that before, but James is here on the fourth Thursday of the month. Is it something
Yes.
he would come in on a special day and we would try and figure out a date?
You can do that, yeah.
And what buildings will we be going
I
to?
think it wasn't really close, I think it was just sidewalk, just from that study they did a few years ago.
Oh, the feasibility study we did, yeah, okay. So I guess people have to say what days are better for you.
So maybe you could go back to.
Yeah, on
On
Thursday.
Thursday, kind of get a couple dates and then come back, email us and we can,
Okay,
without that.
yep, I'll do that.
Okay, so the next business, new business, September 30th, and Councilor Macca.
Oh, this is one of September the 30th is the day of reconciliation. And our First Nations, what you wanted to be observed by the members of council.
And is there a possibility that we could get orange lights like we've done last year and the year before at the fountain? I think they turned on September 30th last year, didn't they?
Was it I thought it was at the entrance.
Was it the entrance?
I think we did some at the entrance and the totem pole. maybe.
Oh,
That's,
could we look to do that?
We will try, I'm not gonna guarantee if we have the lights and I'm so short on staff.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Okay, thank you.
And can we put it on our Facebook page?
Yeah.
Facebook page, please. Thank you.
So there's no mayor's report, notice of motion. Anything? Okay, question period. The question is limited to items on the agenda for off-site phone 250-749-3239. For in person, you have a maximum of 3 minutes. And if you have any questions, you can just come up to the podium. Come on.
Well, because that's when you're hanging around. Not to.
Wow.
We'll wait a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and are we going?
Yeah.
Yes, if you're one.
Oh, yeah, me too. Everybody's looking at.
We know our mayor probably wants me at home, but.
Okay. Okay, we'll call that, there's no phone calls coming in for questions, so Joseph?
Yes, section 92 of the community charter requires that before a meeting or part of the meeting is to be closed to the public. The council must state by resolution, the meeting is closed. Is to be closed and the basis on which the meeting is to be closed falls under the following section of the community charter, section 91C, labor relations for other employee relations.
Okay, the motion is on camera, Councilor Frisbee, second Councilor Martin. All in favor? Carried.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.